Welcome back, guys, to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, as we do have something that didn't agree with the witness in our hands, and the fact is that the con artist Richard Wellington didn't like the fact his phone was being delivered to him not only by Maggie, but by a police officer, is what we think as we continue on with the case. Let's present. What Mr. Wellington saw was the victim.
The victim? You mean Dustin Prince?
Dustin Prince had gone on his date right after his shift was over. With no time to change, he went to the park still wearing his police uniform. Oh! The girl that picked up my phone is with a policeman. He couldn't have known they were going out, so he began to worry. He was afraid the policeman would ask a few questions before returning the phone. If I do anything suspicious, he might run a check on my phone. In his mind, it was possible they had already run a check on the phone. And he went into a panic, is what you're saying? Exactly. Officer Prince was murdered simply because he was in uniform. Mr. Payne, do you have any comments?
I'm thinking...
It seems the truth has come out at last. The witness, Mr. Wellington, you are... Impressive, not bad for a person with a third-rate education. What's that supposed to mean? The evidence! Evidence! That guy is really creeping me out. All you've been waving around and talking about is that suspicious cell phone. Suspicious phone number this, suspicious con group that. They're all on that phone. But who's to say that phone is really mine? Where's your proof? Your evidence! You want proof that this phone is yours? No! I would have told you earlier. That phone I lost, I've already found it. You don't have even the slightest idea who the phone in your hand belongs to. But you can be sure it wasn't mine, you simpleton! What? Oh, it feels good to see you squirm! We do seem to have a problem on our hands with this phone. Whose phone is it? Without knowing that, it's meaningless as evidence. Your Honor, this is bad. I can't let him turn the tables on me like this. His cell phone. Has to be something I've overlooked. It's gotta be. Maybe it's the phone stored numbers or the fingerprints on the phone. Well, fingerprints on the phone sounds like a great idea to start with, out of the two there. I got it! We should check for fingerprints. Fingerprints? Oh, come on, you're a judge, you know. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wellington must have left some prints on this phone.
Nick, don't you remember? When you got that from Maggie, you wiped it off.
What? Why would you do that?
You said there was sand all over it, so... Wiped it? I wiped it? Pretty thoroughly, too.
It's so much fun watching third-rate trash babble like morons amongst themselves. He's made a complete recovery. How many times do I have to say this? My phone is right here. You see? Oh, incidentally, you can check the numbers stored on this phone. It must have glitched because all the numbers just magically disappeared. You've got to be joking. He erased all the numbers I was going to use as evidence? Mr. Wellington. What's this? By the tone of your voice, it sounds like you still have some fight left in you. Where did you finally find your cell phone? Oh, you are too much. And of course, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh my... Now I remember! Huh? Looks like they hung up. Ah, good. I finally found it. So that's when. What's wrong, Mr. Attorney? Why the harsh glare in your eyes?
Nick, we worked so hard to get this far, but if you don't do something quick, he's going to get off scot-free.
I know. I know this phone has to be his. But how am I supposed to prove something like that? Mr. Wright, if you cannot prove who the owner of that cell phone is, your indictment has no basis and therefore no power. It looks like you came up a penny short. Where? Why did I go wrong? Don't blame yourself. You're merely a third-rate lawyer. You only made one big mistake. Who are you? What are you? That's something you haven't figured out for yourself yet. Who I am? The court hereby concludes the cross-examination. If that will be all, I'll have to bid you gentlemen and ladies goodbye. I have a reservation at that ultra-fancy restaurant on the upper side of town.
Thank you for your assistance. You've had a stressful day, so please, bon appetit.
What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just let it go at that? No? I mean, no?
Hold it!
How am I supposed to do this, though? Please wait, Your Honor. Right, Nick. I think I may be able to prove it. Prove it? Prove what, Mr. Wright? Everything. Your Honor, the cross-examination has already ended.
Besides, the defense is just going to badger the witness with more inane questions.
You will not harass the witness. Is that clear, Mr. Wright? Did you hear that? No harassment allowed, Mr. Attorney. Please, Your Honor. Very well. This is your last chance, Mr. Wright. You may present one piece of evidence to the court. I only get one shot of this. If you cannot prove everything, it's over for your client and for you. Do you fully understand? Yes, Your Honor.
I'm sure you are well aware, Your Honor, but the cross-examination period has ended.
Were you paying attention, Mr. Payne? I said that Mr. Wright could present only one more piece of evidence.
Oh.
Now then, Mr. Wright, this is your last chance. It all comes down to this. It's go time. Please present the one piece of evidence that will explain everything. I laugh at that because I'm not so sure myself. But at this point in time, as we've learnt from the first Ace Attorney game, we go with the one piece of evidence that hasn't been used yet. So we've used the names list. We haven't used Phoenix's business card. It's my business card. I handwrote my cell phone number on the back. Now the question is, as I mentioned earlier, the cell phones look eerily familiar. Like a Nokia. Kind of like the old times. The old times before smartphones ever existed. The 8210 and the whatnot. We've got the baseball glove here. We use that. We use the crime photo. We use the crime photo 1. We use the glasses. We've used Dustin's autopsy report just to save the time. We've used the cell phone, technically. We never use that, technically. So, to be honest, it's a stab in the dark, but what we're saying, I think, because we're using the only piece of evidence we haven't used yet at the last chance saloon moment, is that he knocked me out and took my phone, not his. So if we phone the phone with that handwrote my cell phone number on the back, his one will ring and the one I'm holding won't.
Take that!
Why, thank you. How nice! Here, please have one of mine.
The judge's business card has been added to the court record. Why, thank you. That's not really what I meant, but okay.
Wait, what am I doing? This isn't the time to be exchanging business cards.
Your Honor, there is something very important about that card, and that is the back of the card or the name on the card. The back of the card. I was wondering which one it would probably be. This card is important because of what is on the back. You wrote your cell phone number on the back, but that's exactly it. Can you please call this number from your cell phone? Huh? Right now? The court is still in session. It's okay. You'll see. Okay, if you say so.
Is the defense preparing something, Mr. Wright?
Well, you're going to call my cell phone now. And then the court will see everything for what it is. Of all the idiotic, stupid things to... It's a Still Samurai tune! No! What? Why is my phone? And what is with this stupid sounding ringtone? Mr. Wellington. How strange. I could almost swear that you're holding my phone. You're... No! Oh, no, it can't! By the way, before I forget, thank you very much for the lump on my head this morning. I don't think I need to explain any further, except to say, when you went to retrieve your cell phone, you mistakenly took the wrong one. A very suitable tone to come.
So, that is what happened. You were knocked out by Mr. Wellington.
He's a man who lives on his pride and self-image alone. And in order to hide his involvement with the con artist group, he has become paranoid and has lost all ability to make rational judgments. Then, Mr. Wright, the phone you're holding... It's Mr. Wellington's, naturally.
Speaking of that man, how is he, Mr. Payne?
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Maggie Bird. Let's get the series on a roll with a not guilty verdict, of course. That is all. The court is adjourned.
And so we move to the District Court Defendant Lobby number 1 to celebrate. I knew that the real you would shine through eventually. I'm so moved by what you've done for me, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I feel really bad for Dustin. He didn't do anything to deserve this. It's probably because of me.
Huh?
My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Your whole life? It can't be that bad, can it? Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building. I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods. I failed at almost every test I've ever taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster. Never won or even tied at a game of tic-tac-toe. My life has really been nothing but a string of disasters. That is, pretty bad. Up until I went to college, I was known as the Goddess of Misfortune. And then, at the academy, everyone called me Lady Luckless. Lady Luckless? What's worse is that my misfortune always seems to latch on to those around me. What do you mean? When I see someone in trouble, I always try to help. Ah, that's right. We were talking about this earlier. And happened again recently too, sir. There was an old lady pacing back and forth by the pedestrian crosswalk. I gave her my hand and before I knew it, we were having dinner at my house.
Oh.
I'm sure the Dustin's gone because of me.
That's not true!
That glove didn't even have any sort of special meaning. It was just a present to say thanks for covering one of my night shifts.
Oh, I see.
Everything is all my fault. Dustin's death. Your head being all messed up.
Well, I don't think my head is that messed up yet.
I'm going to find a new life for myself starting now. The next time we meet, I'm sure I'll have found a whole ocean's worth of good luck by then, sir.
Yeah, after all, the goddess of misfortune is only a name.
You bet! I'm gonna make it! I promise! Next time we meet, I'll only be an unlucky person instead of a goddess.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
Yeah, go get him, champ. Well, Mr. Wright, Mayor, I should get going. Okay, good luck to you. Thanks. You take care of yourselves too.
What a horrible day. I've gotten my memory back, but things are still a little fuzzy.
But you're okay, and that's what counts. You really had me worried. Come on, let's go back to the office.
I'm afraid to ask, but here goes. So this might sound bad, but who are you?
What? I thought you said you got your memory back!
At that moment, everything really did come back to me. Detective Gumshoe. He's someone I've had clashes with in the past during certain cases. He's also been a good ally during others. The judge. He's a lovable, kind old man who was easily swayed by other people's opinions. But in the end, he always comes up with the right verdict. This person, I haven't got a clue. He seems to know me, but maybe he's mistaken me for someone else. And this girl, Maya?
You finally remembered!
This is Maya Fay, my assistant. That's right, I have so many unforgettable memories about her. For example,
After Nick, what's wrong? You keep staring at me. Don't tell me you missed me.
Well, yeah, I suppose I have. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages.
Oh? Well, I'm back now, so it's time for us to create new memories together.
Alright, sounds good.
All the phone numbers on my phone were erased by Mr. Wellington.
I guess I have to start over from the very beginning.
Come on, Nick! Let's go to our usual burger joint!
Okay. Actually, it hasn't even been that long since she came back into my life. And that story began on one rainy afternoon, 2 months ago. I wish by the sound of it, we're moving to but a lost turnabout reaches its end. A case closed, Maggie Bird is saved, and a brand new episode has been added. Reunion and turnabout. So as we save the game, we move on to yet another chapter in Phoenix Wright, Justice for All. The tutorial is over with. Will we see new mechanics? We do not know. Tune in next time as we start a brand new case, and I'll see you around. Bye-bye.